Fantastic. Next I have Tonya June Moore. She's coming up on stage right now. She's a third generation storyteller. True tales and entertain and inspire anyone. And where are you from?
I'm from here.
That's right. She is from Sedona. So give it up for your Sedonan.
Yeah,
Tonya
your local Sedona. So when I was a little girl growing up, this hair literally was the bane of my mother's existence. My mother was gorgeous with her tight little pixie cut that really accentuated her big blue eyes. I came out looking like a Janis Joplin remix. My hair grew out instead of down, and my mother was devastated. Not only that, but like I wanted to ride my pony all the time and pretend like I was Annie Oakley in the sharpshooting contest. My mom wanted a little princess. And one day, she showed up with an outfit that I thought I would die wearing. Darling, I'm going to take you and get portraits made, so here, put this on. It was a pink and white gingham print top that had this little peplum bottom around it, a white eyelet skirt that was filled with crinoline, and then she topped it off with like black patent leather shoes and some white socks, and she put a pink bow around my neck. I could have been a kitten. The next thing you know, she's like, we're going to tackle that hair, and I think I can make it really sleek if we put it in a really tight ballerina bun. Half a jar of dippity-doo and an entire can of Aquanet later, we were in the car and heading to the photography studio. I sit down in front of the camera, that ugly backdrop behind you with the little fence in front, that one. And all of a sudden, I see this look of complete resignation cross my mother's face. I didn't know what happened, but I knew it was good. So my smile became the most genuine smile that you could ever imagine. 2 days later, we get those prints back. My mom says, you know, darling, I think this is forever going to be my favorite picture of you. It's sheer proof that you will never, ever be oppressed. And you might be a little wild. I looked at that picture, and quite literally, one curl had popped out on the side of my head. It was waving madly at the camera, rebelling against all the oppression that was the dippity-doo and Aquanet. So, you know, being your own person's difficult. Walking your own path. And today, I live in a 30-foot 1980 school bus. Never in all of my years of standing in front of the mirror with my shampoo bottle in one hand giving my Nobel Prize acceptance speech did I ever say, oh, thank you for letting me have that little bit of time that I lived in the school bus. No. I didn't even like the Partridge Family. This was not on my agenda. But when you live in Sedona and you ask for things, Sedona delivers. I said, I would like a house that's free and clear. I may have been a little less specific than I needed to be. Also, since being in this bus, I have learned a lot of patience. We redheads don't have patience. Those lines when we're being made are way too long for us to wait in. But when you're driving the bird, that's what I call my school bus, and you're sitting there and your foot is on the pedal and you're literally standing on it, and you're giving her all she's got, Captain, and you're going 10 miles an hour up an incline with an entire line of traffic behind you, you learn patience. You learn to back off and not cuss at her, because when you cuss at her, she stops and hovers in one spot, like she's going to go backwards. Humility gets thrown in for free, ladies and gentlemen, driving a 36-year-old school bus. But as I move forward with my life, I love it. I've learned a lot living in this bus. I've learned that living with my family very close has brought us much closer together. That I need to be out in nature and not be so overwhelmed with what society has thrown at me. I've also learned that I can follow my passions with abandon. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my passion. Storytelling, getting people involved, helping you hopefully be inspired to live your life. And that's why I'm here. So I hope I get your votes.
Tonya June Moore, everybody. Do a little something different. We call that pros as well. Speaking of pros, what do the pros think? Ben, you got a microphone right in front of you. There you go, buddy.
There you go. Tonya, fantastic job. Fantastic job. I love the whole sentiment of it. You had me laughing. You had me enthralled. You captivated. You know, you have a lot of stage presence, and I really appreciate that. And I think you did a phenomenal job. So congratulations.
I love your hair. I would love to have that hair. It was really touching to have you share with humor who you are and about your life and where you're at. And there's so much to be said for being real that way in front of people on stage, you know, in an audience and being filmed. I have great admiration for that and for the sharing and the way you delivered it. You definitely have the professionalism to pull off, I think, just about anything in front of a camera or on stage. It was wonderful.
It's always fun when people make fun of themselves. It's refreshing and it's very engaging. So kudos on that. Your story about being a little girl was so good that I could visualize everything you were talking about.
Yep.
That, I think, is going to be your strong point, and very well done.
You did a great job, very creative, quite a presence, good showmanship, and very believable. Do you really live in a bus?
Tonya, I think you're an awesome storyteller. I actually felt like I was 5 years old again, and Mom sat me on her lap and was showing me a book, each page, and that's how it felt. You were so good in getting my attention and telling me the story. I was like right there. You're very creative too.
Thank you so much, Tonya.